Yo, what's going on YouTube? This your boy Kamen the Zero Spike, back again once again today, people. Today we're here for Ohsama Sentai King-Ohger episode 42, and the big plan has been revealed. The big plan, the big Ocho, the big thing, the big plot twist, the big has been revealed in this episode by your big brother Raculus Hosty. It turns out Raculus has been a good guy this entire freaking time. His plan this entire time, he started to formulate this plan ever since he was a kid, because he knew Doug Dad back then when he was a kid, and turns out Doug Dad has been manipulating him and manipulating his family for 2,000 years, even way further from the whole Fury of the Gods stuff. He's been manipulating them, and Raculus felt like that I had to become a villain myself if I wanted to defeat the Jesters. If I wanted to defeat Doug Dad, I had to become a villain myself. But also throughout his plans and throughout him trying to formulate his plan and execute it correctly, we see that's when Gira rose up. That's when Gira rose up and he started to foil every plan that Raculus had. So Raculus felt like it was time for him to fake his death and still be able to still go throughout his plans and stuff. We see how much Suzume was involved. We see how much Dabalski was involved, and it was a lot. Like even the rest of the Rangers, their faces when Dabalski told them everything about Raculus and everything he was trying to do, kind of had them have a change of heart, sort of take it seriously, take the initiative, and didn't outright just go ahead and didn't believe anything they were talking about. But yeah, while we're getting this big monologue and explanation of the plan, we see Gira and Raculus are fighting Doug Dad, and while they're fighting him, the only person that's really able to do much to him is Raculus, because Raculus has the power that Doug Dad gave him. But Gira's still in there. He's still trying to help out and stuff like that, still trying to help fight off Doug Dad. And we see that by the end of the fight, we see that Raculus ends up throwing Gira his sword, and because that sword has the power in it, we see that Gira is able to get a good amount of hits in on Doug Dad and actually hurt him. They're actually able to hurt him and stuff. But we see that also the lance is somewhat able to hurt him as well. We see Raculus stab Doug Dad in the back with it and stuff like that, and they're able to get this final finishing blow on Doug Dad. And we see that he blows up in a weird way too. He explodes, and then the thing in his helmet, the little brain thing, bug thing in his helmet, gets left behind, and then it blows up too. He blows up in a weird way, but then when he does blow up, he laughs maniacally. He laughs as he blows up. So I don't think this is the last we're going to see of Doug Dad. I don't think this is the last, for real. But that whole theory about me thinking, that whole thing that I had was me thinking that Raculus was going to take all the power away from Doug Dad, and that he was going to be the real villain in the end. I was wrong, but I'm kind of glad that I was. I'm kind of glad, because I did want to see this eventually. I did want to see the two brothers fighting with each other and not against each other anymore. And also we're kind of doing the whole bad guys actually being good guys the whole time thing, and bad guys getting redeemed thing a lot. We're starting to do that a lot, especially with Sentai. Writer, yeah, but not so much as Sentai. But Sentai, we're redeeming a lot of people, they proving that people weren't bad guys from the start. They were good and they became bad and they became good again. That's what we're doing a lot of. But yeah, man, the whole thing is still weird, especially with the whole Gira being a creation of Doug Dad thing. I kind of feel I don't think that's 100% true. Let me explain. So I feel like the only reason Doug Dad is able to control Gira because Gira has Kiwada's soul in him, because we know that Kiwada doesn't have a soul. like he doesn't have a soul. So that's why sometimes whenever the Shu gods are being controlled, like, you know, King-Ohger isn't controlled sometimes, but we see that he's also able to control Gira and make Gira do things. Henceforth, when we saw him control Gira in the castle area, like in Shogunam, like he controlled Gira then. So that whole thing of Gira being a product of Duck Dad might somewhat be true, but I don't think it's complete. I don't think it's completely true. I also think that's something that Duck Dad just kind of went with, just kind of played along with, since, you know, Hercules needed him to like do that to execute the plan that they were going on with. But it does explain a lot, because, you know, Gira, you know, basically says that he's immortal. So when everyone got hurt, Gira was the only one able to recover faster than everybody else, and even though he still was sore, maybe he still was able to recover faster than everybody else. And also he was his ability to control Shu gods, well, talk to Shu gods, no one else can do that either. Like, no one else is able to do that, or like hear Shu gods, befriend Shu gods, stuff like that. No one else is able to do that except for Duck Dad. But yeah, so it's weird. We don't know if it's, I'm still not I'm still not sold on it completely. But this episode was cool, man. It was cool. I mean, I'm not gonna say it felt like a cop out, 'cause I know a lot of people are gonna have, you know, some problems with this episode. But I kind of did see the whole, like, Hercules being a good guy the whole time. I kind of felt like I kind of knew that was coming. I don't know. I guess maybe because we're so used to bad guys being redeemed, that, you know, they're either going to become a good guy for a while and then die. Because that's how it seems that what's happening with Hercules. I mean, I've already seen the scans for next week's episode, so yeah. But other than that, this episode was kind of cool. I did like seeing the brothers fight with each other and stuff, and I did like how Hercules is like putting faith in the Gira and stuff like that, because he knew his plans and stuff weren't gonna go as he wanted them to, because, you know, his little brother was always foiling him, and because Gira is able to befriend everybody. He's like freaking Naruto. He's able, no matter where he goes, he's able to make friends wherever he goes and win the hearts of people and things like that. So I knew that Gira he knew that Gira had to be the one. He knew that Gira had to be the king. And but yeah, it was cool. They get that finishing blow on Duck Dad. We see that we see that Hercules makes Gira promise that he's gonna protect humanity, protect mankind, and things like that. And then he dies. Well, passes out. But then that's when the rest of our Rangers come in and they help. They grab Hercules and get ready to take him to Ishibana so they can, you know, heal him up and stuff. And the whole Suzume thing, Suzume actually likes Hercules. Like, I mean, she actually loves him. She actually freaking likes him. He actually does like her back somewhat. So it's like, people were saying that she was just acting or whatever when she said she liked him. Nah, man, she actually likes this guy, and she already knew the plan. Same thing with Dabowski. They all knew the plan, so she knows how he actually is as a person. So she's not going to like hate him, or like, you know, she's not gonna pretend to like him, because she already knows that all this is what's a facade. But yeah, man. You guys, let me know down in the comment section below what you guys thought about this episode. Did you like it? Did you hate it? What were some plot points that you saw that didn't make any sense to you? But other than that, I'm gonna see you guys next time. Make sure to like, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and as always, stay Henshin.